Looking at the special teams for Oklahoma as we continue our conversation with Jason Ray, who's running down the two deep as we head toward August camp. So you can join Jason again on Last Word on College Football. Pretty strong in the kicking game in regards to hitting the field goals. Gabe Burkic at 20 for 26. The punting average a little bit shy at 39.1, but both of those specialists are back.
Yeah, definitely. So when you look at Gabe Burkic 2 years ago, he was perfect on extra points, perfect on field goals. So I think, with him, you had nowhere to go but down. Certainly had a good year. One of the, one of the things that he struggled with is he had a potential game winner against Texas in overtime, and it was a big time shank. So I think it kind of hurt his, maybe his reputation and maybe his, confidence a little bit. He got that back. He hit multiple 50-plus field goals this past year, at least 2 or 3 that I can recall. So yeah, certainly a strong point of the team. Munchausen, as you mentioned, was a little bit below 40 yards per punt. Will be interesting to see if he can kind of get that average up. I think Oklahoma would like him to be more in the kind of the 41, 42 yard range. Certainly those statistics can vary a little bit based on field position and trying to to track those teams that within the inside the 10, inside the 20 from a field position perspective. And then from a specialist perspective, I think that you still see Marvin Mims as a punt returner was really good in that capacity last year. I think there's a lot of school of thoughts. A lot of people don't necessarily love having one of your best weapons on offense returning punts, but I think this is something that Riley has shown that he's not worried about that. CeeDee Lamb return punts, so I wouldn't be surprised. Certainly, I would be surprised to see anyone besides Mims. And then from a kick returner perspective, you got Mario Williams and Billy Bowman. Not often that you would see 2 true freshmen returning kicks, but I think the explosiveness and the speed that both of those kids bring to the table is just too much to keep them off the field from a specialist perspective.
Charleston Rambo ran back 10 of the 15 kick returns for Oklahoma in 2020. Of course, Rambo's in Miami, so they're looking to replace that. And as Jason outlines, Mario Williams looks to be a prime candidate for that. Jason, we appreciate you going through all the work, setting us up on a 2-deep roster. People always want to know, how things look as we head toward August. And it appears as though the secondary still has a number of spots up in the air in particular. And, of course, the offensive line and a few spots along the defensive front 7. But really that secondary, it looks like there are still spots up for grabs.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of competition in the secondary. There's a lot of guys, specifically at the cornerback and the nickelback positions that you'll look at. I think certainly you got DJ Graham and you got Willie Washington as the guy that's probably the leaders in the clubhouse at the cornerback positions. But then you got, to your point, Mark, you got a lot of competition at nickelback and the safety position. So it'll be interesting and exciting to see how Oklahoma lines up come September 3rd, I believe.
Jason, thanks for stopping by. We always appreciate it. You have a great weekend.
All right. Thanks, Mark. You too.